My name is David Bancroft. I'm the chef and owner of Acre Restaurant. On my personal account, I handle all of my own Instagram, and then I kick-started and got Acres going when we first opened, and then after kind of training some of my staff members, my general manager, or past general manager, and obviously my wife knows how intense I am on Instagram, that I was able to pass it to the two of them, and they do a lot more storytelling and capture the broad spectrum of Acre and the further, larger outreach that we have, as opposed to mine, which is just a very first-person point of view. Before Acre was even built, mine was just generating followers, and so I used my platform to push people immediately to Acre. And in that, it started out great. A lot of followers just jumped over and preferred to actually follow Acre as opposed to myself. And then once my wife and some of the staff members started using our Instagram, they started creeping up on my number of followers, and then they had a big party one morning when they surpassed me. And so now Acre is by far the one to follow. There's a lot more interesting things happening from the bar side to the chefs in the back and what they're doing to the overall excitement. We have a large staff, and there's a lot of things being produced.
And when you're posting the food, do you usually have a food in mind, or you just wake up that morning just cooking whatever you feel like?
I mean, I did 2 posts today, which was really whatever I felt like. And most of the time, the successes that I have personally on my Instagram and why people would say that it's good content is because it really is a point of view of the moment. You know, somebody saw the post I did this morning about some pastrami lamb that we made and asked if they could come in and have that tonight. I was like, well, I was really just doing recipe testing, but if you come in, I'll happily make it. That lighting is absolutely crucial. You know, a lot of times I would tell a competitive chef, especially a younger chef or somebody new to Instagram, that don't do an awesome special and then wait to take your picture at night in your fluorescent lights in your kitchen and get a yellow, gross, dingy looking photo of an awesome dish.
Yeah.
I try to get my dishes ahead a day in advance so that I have proper, I know this sounds crazy, but I get proper lighting to get a good picture just from an iPhone.
Is that just from sunlight, or do you have a certain flash, or do you have a light bulb, or?
No, yeah, most of it is, I have several different locations in the restaurant where I'll take pictures. We're sitting in one, and you can see the light, and here's very even. I'll get more blue tone lighting in this room, versus if I go to the porch up front, I get a little bit more yellow warmth in those photos. And if I want that kind of overall just nice even tone, I can go sit in the bar area, and it depends what time of day. And the morning, this room is the worst place to get a photo. It'll be bright, super white, sunny, reflective plates. The food will look too sharp, and you have to do so much editing. So I can do less editing and less work overall to make the food look fake by just getting good light and making it look natural. So I like to go through and adjust at different times of day. If I need to take the warmth down, if it's too yellow, if it's too blue, I'll take the warmth up. If it's way too bright, I can take the brightness down along with the highlights. If I'm getting too much shadow on one side, I can go through and increase the shadow, or I can drop it down and make it a darker photo. I can add the vignette on the outside if I want to hone in to focus on the center. I like the new structure that's part of the Instagram app, where you can actually make it, you can add a lot more texture to a photo through the structure, adding more striations of wood grains. It picks up so much more depth of the actual surrounding.
How do you do the angle of the photo? Is it better to take a photo from above if it's a plate, or?
It depends on the scenario, and it depends on the lighting, depends on the height of the dish. If you try to do a mosaic dish where we call it organized chaos, where you just kind of flick a leaf and throw the paint splattered across, throw the sauce at the plate. Sometimes we'll hold a plate up and take a bright sauce and just flick it with a spoon and let it just and those are the kind of plates where we're going to capture the overall above angle, versus dishes we want to capture more depth and 3D look. We'll go down a dish, or sometimes you can put it really far away to capture the whole moment of what's going on. Especially if it's something roasting on a spit over a fire. We don't just get the meat, We want to capture some flames, some embers, some coals, some of the wood grains from our hearth,
Yeah.
the character on the walls, the brick, and so we'll do a really far out shot. So you're actually sitting in the moment with us while we're hearth roasting something. It's like, man, I want to get a bourbon and go sit in front of that fireplace. So many times out here on our acre is opportunity to find something that's exciting that really tells the story. The main opportunities that my wife, Kristen, and I are trying to capture are the fact that we are a real family. We're local. We are here in Auburn. We went to Auburn. We have lots of family that went to Auburn. We're both born in Alabama, and we want the community to understand that we're here. We're not a corporate restaurant from another city. We use local accounting, local insurance companies. We bank at the local bank. We buy from local farmers. We try to keep all of our interactions here in town. Mm-hmm. But our social media, we want to capture a better way to share that across, the county lines, the state lines, across the South, so people see a model that can be successful, that can support your local economy, but try to reach a larger grasp in the social media atmosphere.